So, Mr. Steinman, you were saying that if the Republicans win, it means that the gasoline will come down.
I'm basically saying that, but in a different way round.
Okay.
I'm saying the price of gasoline is going to come down.
Okay.
Not that
Confirmed.
it must. Confirmed. I'm willing to bet a lot on the fact that the Republicans are going to try their utmost best to ensure that the price of gasoline in the United States market is below $2 per gallon, and that this will already be the case by the end of September.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because I think with all this ups and downs in the world and the upsets and the gyrations in the price of fuel, I think they are fairly skeptical. So unless the Trump administration can provide the ordinary American with a respite, a period of at least about a month and a half of settled gasoline prices. So remember, the midterms are at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
So we're looking at October as 1 month, and we're looking at September, the middle of September. By the 18th, 19th of September, I strongly suspect gasoline in the US market will be in the region of about $1.90 per gallon. Now, you can agree with me, you can disagree. The thing is, the reason why I'm so confident about this is because Mr. Trump does not want to give up his presidency, his term. I mean, and if he stays in as president, well, he will stay in as president as long as he's alive for the next 2 years. But the thing is, you remember last year, January, on the 20th of January, from that day that he was inaugurated in office, he started signing various bills.
Yeah.
Some of them just for eye blind and some of them with major implications. But you will also remember that in the year following that, many of these executive orders from the president were basically either neutralized by American courts, even by the High Court, or they were simply struck off the roll. They were simply designated illegal or unconstitutional or whatever. So even the tariffs. You remember your discussion with me when I talked about the yo-yo politics in the United States, the tariffs up, tariffs down. They've been annulled by the High Court in the United States. So for him to achieve anything, it means that the Republicans must have a majority in the House of Representatives, which is the Congress, as well as in the Senate. And any bill in the American legal system that is proposed by a congressman or by the president first goes to the House of Congress.
Yeah.
And there it needs a majority vote, even if that majority vote is just one vote. It's really a case of 50 plus 1.
Yeah.
And from there it goes to the Senate. Now, the moment that you will also remember in the last couple of months, there were a few instances, not many, I think 3 or 4, of so-called rebel votes, where Republicans voted against a Republican bill. And because the majority is so slim, 1 or 2 seats, just 2 votes going the other way, then you can't pass a bill. And the same thing applies to the Senate. Now, if they had majorities of, let's say, 15 or 20 seats in either of the 2 houses, then it's no big deal. If you lose 2 or 3 by what we call a by-election, midterm elections, in any one of the states, it doesn't really make a difference to the balance of power in the American government. But if your majority is just 1 or 2, and you lose 3 or 4 seats in the midterm elections, it means you no longer have control. So what happens then, and this has happened to Mr. Obama, unfortunately, that in the midterms, he lost the support of Congress and of Senate, both of them. And nothing happened in the second half of his administration. You know, despite all the nice undertakings and the good intentions, the same thing applies to Mr. Trump, and he knows it very well. Unless they win this election and possibly, I think they hope for it, increase their majority and the number of seats that they control from the marginal 1 or 2 to at least 4 or 5, then they will nothing will happen in American politics for the next 2 years, you know. Then we will be treading water and Mr. Trump will be opening shopping malls, you know, in his capacity as the leader of the free world, but he will not be passing bills. Definitely. And he will not be declaring war on anybody. You see, so, and this is what they know. And this is what they are going to do, everything that they can possibly do to prevent. And the only way they can do that is by ensuring that the price of gasoline gets below $2 per gallon.
And on that note, we have to say goodbye. Do not forget to please go and visit us on economist.com.na and listen to our previous talks. And for me, Elsie Timiani, from Mr. Daniel Steinman, and from our team, we say goodbye until next time.